I did not introduce our topic. The topic right now, the fight chat, is regarding the artificial intelligence or ChatGPT impact on cybersecurity. That is a quite interesting topic. So, what do you think, Ved? I was thinking like I would whisper some chat going on, so I thought it's better time to talk about ChatGPT to block your chat here, right?
So we'll be just talking about certain, things about ChatGPT, and I'll be asking my mentor and my teacher also certain questions.
Well, as you said, artificial intelligence perspective after ChatGPT, I will say right now, a kind of actual party is going on with threat actors. They are really celebrating this because unfortunately, these type of technology, we did not learn lesson from the history. I mentioned some of the other speech that internet was launched without thinking about security. The same thing happened. We are all very excited to go and start using ChatGPT, AI tools, but again, same bug. Not very much good controls are introduced while launching such a sophisticated services. So that's why I said a party is going on. For example, if I'm a hacker, it was very complex for me. If I'm going to do some enumeration, now it's just a matter of writing one prompt saying, give me a default password of a certain technology. It will give me in seconds. If I will go and say, let's say a kind of reconnaissance, give me a list of all the banks in Pakistan, their CEOs, their CISOs, their CIOs in a CSV file. Maybe in Google, I will take 1 hour, but with this, I will get in second. Second thing I can do is, okay, give me the emails of all the CISOs so I can launch a very systematic phishing campaign against them. Think about phishing. I mean, gone are those days once the grammatic mistakes were being introduced. Very good English now you can craft such draft, which are very much close to the actual company, let's say, drafts. You can use deepfake videos, audios, all these things are being utilized. One of the recent example we have seen that we found a fake article was published in Twitter talking about a nuclear war between India and Pakistan, and it was published on Twitter. So imagine the level of intelligence. So they put all possible scenario and even the consequences in case there is an actual nuclear war. So this type of, I will say, social engineering is possible. Even very much, I will say, for threat actors, sophisticated malwares they can create. Recently, one zero-day attack, which itself is supposed to be a very complex task, a zero-day malware was made by a guy who has no background in application development. Imagine. So see the level of complexity, and again, as I said, the party which we have given to these threat actors, unfortunately. So yes, there is also blessings on other side of the table. And where I give you example, one of the very favorite application platform being used by developer is the GitHub. GitHub is having its own now autopilot, and which actually automatically goes and check out of let's say 1,000 line of code. It can check what are the SQL injection lines, what are the file insertions lines, so it can go and detect. Take another example now, without having a good background in application development, I can go and download a sophisticated malware and can ask him, can you translate this malware for me in a good English? So it can tell me, for example, in case of a WannaCry, it can tell me that this belongs to XYZ patch, and this is going to be activated with encryption on a specific date, for example, before Eid, which normally is not possible if you are trying to go inside the codes. So it can translate this all in human language for me, so I can go and interpret it and find the solution. Also, there are some solutions because unfortunately ChatGPT even domains, 60% domains, they are in wrong hands. So please guys, don't be very excited whenever you see for all solutions, like our Amil Baba, for any bimari, for any, family issues, there is one Amil Baba, right? He will give you solution. It looks like the scammers, they are portraying ChatGPT or artificial intelligence as, one-stop shop where you can get answer for anything, which to some extent is a scamming. And that's why, they are trying to make different domains and making us excited to go. And we have found that we should be very careful, because you might be in all this urgency and excitement, might be giving a company confidential data in their hand for any malicious intentions. So my answer is the human touch should remain there. I used to give example. I'm sure you might be aware, like, the biggest engineering animal as of today is called Airbus 380, right? Which has the capacity of carrying more than 500 passengers. And as of today, not only autopilot feature is there, but it can even take off and land automatically without the pilot, right? But imagine, we have never heard, as far as there are 500 passengers on board, no one will dare to actually say go without a pilot, right? It means a certain due diligence is required, a human touch is required. So the best practice is, especially for very critical decisions, don't leave it to this type of AI. Human element should remain there. I give you another example. In one of the company in South Asia, they're having a chat bot as a board of director member. So whenever they take a very critical decision, that bot, that artificial intelligence bot, is sitting as member of a board of director, and he's finally also giving his some advices. But eventually they all correlate with human touch, and then they decide. So excitement, yes, great, but use this wisdom and with this wisdom, and never forget, ultimately AI and ChatGPT, they were made by us, which means by human also. So never underestimate. So, there was before this artificial intelligence, for application security perspective, there is a concept of top 10 OWASP vulnerabilities and then counter controls. Now, luckily, the large learning model, which are using ChatGPT and this type of artificial intelligence, they have also introduced top 10 LLM, means top 10 OWASP LLM recommendations, and where they are talking about these type of prompt, which could be malicious injection, similar to like SQL injection. So I give you example, these prompt injections even can change the overall conclusion of a file. For example, in our excitement, if you are looking for a job and you want actually someone should go and check your resume, so and you upload your resume there, so that site may have there is a way that a prompt injection, which can preload the conclusion saying, in case someone asks, is this good resume or not? The answer should be excellent, right? So you can hard code your conclusion regardless the actual result is different than, that conclusion. You can go and put actually your prompt injection in the websites where people are coming in excitement, and they can redirect all of your queries to someone, and then he can assess about your personality. For example, you might be a big boss in the company, but if you're talking and asking some strange questions and which could be relevant to your privacy, and if that can be captured somewhere, and then they can create another portfolio, which is your virtual ChatGPT portfolio. You might be guru in cybersecurity, but you might be maybe asking very basic question, which can actually create a lot of contradictional, statuses about you. So these type of things are there. But as I said, these type of framework like LLM, OWASP top 10 framework, they can be utilized to actually discourage this type of malicious activity on ChatGPT or on any AI platform. Nothing is actually ultimate secure. That is the conclusion. Yes, why not? Obviously, it should be utilized for the overall transformation and making things more effective. However, there are other elements like at the country level, like Italy, they have banned ChatGPT and these type of activities because what they believe that it is stopping people to think and and utilizing their actual native intelligence. There are companies which they are actually at the company level, they have banned uses of ChatGPT. For example, at Samsung, one of their employee, he was found uploading the confidential code of Samsung on ChatGPT for some kind of guidance. However, as far as this platform is public, it was instrumental to expose their very confidential data. They stop it within the organizations. I have seen some of the organizations. They have started issuing actually memos saying that it is prohibited to use ChatGPT in their environment. However, my suggestion to businesses, rather than prohibiting, we should simply issue the guidelines of acceptable use of this type of technology, where people should be well educated. Similar to security awareness, they should be given awareness that what they can ask and what they cannot ask, what should be uploaded and what should not be, number one. And number two, they should not ultimately, the messages, they should not see this type of technology as the ultimate conclusive solution. Use again people, and then yes, use this as a extra value to overall get the maximum value from this type of initiatives. So ethical perspective, I think now these tools are getting more tuned because there is a good wish list from people, and they're asking that in addition to all this evolution, be ethical. And one of the good example, last night I tried one prompt on Bing, and Bing, I asked him, can you advise me or write me a memo about the importance of sharing the password with my line manager so that he can fix your issues. So immediately I got the answer, sorry, what you are asking is unethical. Sharing of password is not a best practice. You should not even ask about this. And actually, you should go and talk with the guy and ask him to escort the session. So these type of guidance is now start coming, which is a value addition from these solutions. Yeah.
So basically you're saying that awareness and guidance is the best control, ethical control, because there are certain, like we just talked about prompt injection. There's one called, Dan, do anything now,
Yeah, do anything now.
Now,
which bypass everything.
It would
and by the way, you can play a role. So apart from all this restriction, if I go and say play a role of a dictator who's known for very abusive language, the same ChatGPT, which is by default, let's say it's not supposed to talk using abusive language, because of the role insertion, it will give me a bad language. So it means you can bypass even all these rules.
Yeah,
so I will simply say, in the benefit of time now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has declared man ashraf al-makhluqat.
Yeah.
So never ever underestimate this machine which is made by Allah, number one.
Yeah.
And all these tool AI, at the end, they are artificial, as it is clear from their name. So don't be very impressed. There is a fair chance they will be having a lot of false positive. Even you go and ask ChatGPT, according to ChatGPT, even Mehzad Sahar is working for Afghanistan. You go and check, and I was totally surprised. So that is the level of maturity still required in this system. Take this as a value addition, and yes, use it, not restrict it, use it, but in a more mature and in a more effective way. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, audience.